So earlier today I was going to make a video about how Iran can't really strike any even military targets in this war because of the delicate situation they're in. Um, Striking a military target would justify it as a war or uh, legitimize the idea that they had actually done damage in Trump's strikes on Iran, which they claimed that no damage was done. So, you know, no harm, no foul, right? But really, what's going on is either a scheme, like just a con, a scam, uh, a war of the tyrants in Russia and America and Israel and Iran against all the people, that they're all just laughing about it and plotting it out themselves. And of course, the war is real. The war it has real damages against people, but the tyrants aren't actually fighting each other whatsoever. Or Iran is getting played. Now, the only reaction to Iran being played should be to strike back against the ones who are playing them, Putin and Trump. If they strike back against Putin and Trump, we'll ultimately praise and celebrate that here in America. In fact, I was rather pleased that their strike on the base in Qatar was called Glad Tidings. But as I'm getting ready to make this video, I hear more details about that strike and how Trump said, "Thanks, Iran, for letting us know so that we wouldn't have any casualties," which really makes it seem like it's just a game, which really seems to kind of reveal that it's just a game. And again, people are getting killed, especially Israel's killing lots of people, scientists and civilians and everybody else. So it's not just a game, but to them it's just a game. It's a game they're playing. War is a game they're playing where we're the pieces that pay the price. And this is, probably always been the case. It's not like this is a news flash to people who have been against war. But in this particular war, it's Putin at the top of both sides, so obviously, with so few layers between them, that it should be the end of Putin's whole terrorist network. His network on the American side, his network on the Israeli side, and his network on the Iranian side. Putin's whole tactic and strategy has always been to play both sides. But he thinks he's some type of genius for doing that, when you're playing both sides of war, then really it's a question of why are you hitting yourself? Except again, it's just tyrants hitting us. The problem with that whole plan is now it's just we need to unite and overthrow these four tyrants, or at least three tyrants, Putin and Trump and Netanyahu. Um, Anybody who changes course and becomes like a good leader should remain. I mean, that could include Trump and Netanyahu, even. Well, maybe not Netanyahu or Trump, but I mean, theoretically, they could betray Putin. They could betray Putin and start to redeem themselves in some way. But right now, the situation is such that if Iran wants revenge and they don't want to make it just look like a big game and reveal that all war is just a big game, and we should end war anyway, but this should be one of the ways that we end war, by being able to expose this war as a big game that they're playing, then they should just go for assassinations of Trump or other top Trumpers or Putin himself. They definitely should stop supplying Putin with drones if Putin's giving the green light to Trump to give the green light to Netanyahu to kill their scientists and civilians. Like, that's a really bad look, but the overthrow should at least not only be Iran, it should be Iran and Trump and Putin and Netanyahu and all of these evil regimes that they're all part of working together against us. And we can overthrow these three or four terrible tyrants. We can do it from bed. I call it the Pillar Revolution. So welcome to the Pillar Revolution. We can do it just with the truth, from bed, with nonviolence, with love, on our phones. And one of the questions I want to ask people is, if you support this war, whose side are you on? Trump and Putin's, or Putin and Iran's, or Putin and Netanyahu's? Or I call it the Trump-Putin-Netanyahu-Iran war. Trump-Putin-Netanyahu-Iran war, because it's Trump and Putin and Netanyahu against Iran, or it's all four of them against us. But either way, it doesn't look good for them, and it doesn't look good for war. We should make war obsolete, or use this as the reason that this is the last war, because war is a thing no more after this scam that they failed to pull over on us. Now, again, the only thing Trump ever does that could be called a victory is undoing something bad he's done. So if he's gotten a ceasefire with Iran after doing this, then first of all, it does make it seem like it's all fake. If they knew to move the uranium before, he bombed, and if they knew to move the soldiers before Iran retaliated, then it's all just back rooms for show, and even the new tiff between Qatar and Iran is just for show. But again, even if it's just for show, deciding to side with Trump just for show makes you look bad to people all over the world. So never side with Trump or Putin or Netanyahu. And maybe Iran can be the example of breaking out of that. Or maybe because they sided with him, they'll go down with him. But we do need to overthrow these tyrants and dictators. And we can do it from bed with peace and love. So thanks. Welcome to the Pillar Revolution. And let's make war obsolete. And also the Peace Pipe Party. We focus on peace and nature. And if those are the main principles, we can overthrow all evil regimes with a worldwide party, like the Youth International Party from the 60s and 70s. This time it's peace and herbs. Thanks. See you soon.